Hello and welcome back to Wakeup Woman. This is part 2 of how to go from overwhelmed to awesome in 3 easy steps. So we've got about 5 or 6 minutes to cover a whole lot of territory, so hold on to your hats because here we go. All right, so in part 2 of the blog of how to go from overwhelmed to awesome, I talked about 3 things that I have to keep my life kind of manageable. And inside of each of those practical things were the essence of why and the actual tips, the actual steps of how to go from overwhelmed to awesome. So number 1 was my essential oil diffuser. If you don't know what a diffuser is, it can look something like this. I have several, there's just one. You put water inside and essential oils and it diffuses out into the air. And those oils are phenomenal for so many things. This is not an oil video. If you want to know more about that, you can contact me personally. This is my Mellow Mama. This is amazing. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could, where's my camera? There we go. So you can smell it because it's awesome. I literally use this all the time. If I'm going to maybe an event and I know it's really crowded, and even though I'm excited, I might be kind of like a little about it, just roll a little bit on my wrist, and it works. It helps when I'm really stressed out. I use it, and I use it as a tool to just show myself some love and appreciation, and that's what the whole step 1 is about. It's about showing yourself self-care and self-love and self-maintenance during those times when life gets busy and crazy. We put ourselves at the very, very bottom of the list way, way, way too many times. And I am here to tell you, I need you to listen. I need you to wake up. I need you to listen to me. You've got to take care of yourself. From eating well and right. I know that's the first thing that goes out the door when life gets crazy is we start eating like crap. And because we're busy, we're on the road, we're eating out, we're eating convenient, and it's not good for you. The next thing you know, you don't feel great, you're sluggish, and it just makes the whole thing spiral out of control. So take care of yourself. Spend time on yourself. I'll tell you a quick story and then move on. So we're going to move on to pen and paper and our to-do list. So on my to-do list, this is embarrassing, probably 2 weeks has been to trim my fingernails and take the halfway grown out toenail polish off my toes. I'm being really for real. And I didn't make it a priority. So it didn't get done. And I saw someone that I hadn't seen in a really long time, and I had, like, my thumbnail had broken off, so I trimmed it, and then all the other ones were still long, and literally my toenails were like halfway grown out with the fingernail polish on them, and I was so embarrassed. And they probably didn't even notice, but I noticed. And the very next day, I said, I am going to make this a priority. I'm going to take care of myself. I would not allow one of my kids to go around looking like this. So why am I allowing myself? And I felt so accomplished, and it literally took me like 90 seconds, like literally. Anyway, number 2 on the list was a pen and paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. I love these sticky notes. They're really large, lined, and this is just a plain sticky pad. It can be notebook paper, it could be printer paper. Don't forget your pen. You gotta have a great pen. And you need a to-do list. And you probably already have one. It may be stuck up here. It may be in pieces. It might be on your phone. And that's fine. If you have an app or something that you like to use to keep track of everything, totally cool. Up here, not so much. You need to take that information that's floating around in here and get it on paper. It's gotta pick up the dry cleaning, gotta call in the prescription, the dog's heartworm pill needs to be refilled, the kids have a soccer practice at 6 o'clock, I have to take a meal to my friend who just had a baby. It's those kind of things, that to-do list. I have an extra piece of work that has to be submitted by Friday. It's all these little details that are part of our life that often get jumbled up, and having a piece of paper where you put that all together is really valuable. And I know it seems super simple, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. They just kind of wing it, and I'm all about winging it, but when it comes to managing a to-do list, and here's why you need it, is because you need to set priorities. And that list will tell you what your priorities are, what they are, because it's the ones that are getting checked off. And that's where you're giving your time and attention. And you may need to start to reorganize some priorities in order to reflect what it is that you want to accomplish, and so that you're accomplishing it in such a way that leaves you whole and healthy and happy. Okay, so number 3 was a day planner. So this is my day planner. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, it's super simple. When I went looking for a day planner, I'm really picky, but I ended up finding, I'm also really cheap, and so I found one at Walmart that I really like. And you can see my sticky to-do notes all over the front of it. One of the things that I have learned is that I have to use this. It's not something that sits there empty. It's got to be used in whatever shape, way, or form. Again, other people really, really like an electronic version of this, and as long as you're using it, that's fine. I find I do better with pen and paper. The electronic stuff gets forgotten by me. And you use that as a tool in order to make sure that there's margin in your life and that you're realistic about your to-do list. Because if you have a doctor's appointment that's an hour away, and you've just cut out like 4 hours of your day, you're not going to be able to accomplish what you normally accomplish in a day. And you look at putting 3 or 4 things on the same weekend, and you're going to be running around like a crazy person. And if you've made it a goal of yours that I don't want to be that person, then you're going to have to be realistic about what you allow on your day planner. And that creates space in your life to be a mom, to be a wife, to have date night, to have cuddle time, to have game night with your family, to have a spontaneous night out with some friends, or a long chat on the phone with your mom. If you're so packed full, you're not going to be able to do those things. And what I mostly want you to take away as we close out this 2-part series of how to go from overwhelmed to awesome is that I want you to feel awesome about yourself, that the place where you are right now is awesome. And maybe it doesn't look exactly the way you want it. Maybe it doesn't seem the way that you want it, but you are awesome. You are phenomenal. And if you aren't feeling that, then take these little steps. If you're feeling overwhelmed, and if you're feeling underappreciated and overworked, and you're burning the candle at both ends, then put these steps into practice and see where you are in a week. And never despise those meager beginnings, just one little step at a time. And step by step, and day by day, and month by month, you'll find yourself in a new and different place that is more manageable, more realistic, has more margin, has more space for you to be who you are, and for your family to have the person that they deserve to have, which is all of you. So stay updated, because next month in October, we're going to have an insane, awesome time. And it's all about the masks that we wear. And we are going to talk about how not all those masks are bad, and that you don't necessarily need to give all of you to every single one. So Make sure you come back and check us out. Leave us some comments and send us some messages and let us know what you think. I'm here for you, and I can't wait to hear your feedback. Have a wonderful and happy and over-the-top joyful day.